Bill saw this big fight with the federal government over the contraceptive mandate as a very important fight for religious liberty. He pushed the Becket Fund to go be first and go get out in front of this.
It was a very tumultuous time that we were going through, trying to decide, is this something you really want to go to court for? Are we really going to do this? And he wanted to meet the sisters, and they were just going to come for a little while. They ended up spending the whole day and stayed for lunch. I thought to myself, gee, if the CEO would come and spend the day and show a general interest in helping us, that we were off to a good start.
It ended up being a success, and a success over and over again at the Supreme Court. That led to really putting Becket on the national and Supreme Court map.
You know, we have a great devotion to divine providence. I always felt that God provided the Becket team and Bill and everyone else, that he put them in our lives and on our journey.
Bill's story is one of great sacrifice for the good of the cause and the good of the team.
He left a career in Wall Street, 30 years as a CEO. He came over in 2011, pro bono, no salary, no benefits, no nothing.
He stepped away from that career, probably at the height of his not only earning power, but also at the height of his ability to have an impact in his industry.
Institutional handoffs are different depending on the work of the institution and the size of the institution. And when you have a small one like this, it really is a very precarious thing.
Seamus had developed an illness. He wasn't able to continue on.
You were left with essentially a bunch of very young lawyers, very bright people, but very young lawyers, handling some of the biggest cases in the country and trying to run an organization.
Bill took Becket and helped to narrow the focus, accelerate efforts.
It's Bill at his very best, choosing an organization that he can lavish his energy and his expertise and excellence upon, and then doing it without holding anything back.
Religious freedom in the United States would not be protected the way it is today without everything that he did for this movement. He doesn't get involved in things that don't matter. He only gets involved with things that are going to change the world.
Bill's my example of the platonic form of a leader. He is sneaky intelligent. You tend to overlook it because he's such a good-humored, good-natured, funny, friendly guy. You want to work for him, you want to be in his company, and he is himself behind the scenes, often the smartest guy in the room, but he doesn't make any show of that.
This is Bill Mumma's office. Bill always told us he didn't need a fancy office, he just needed a place to make a phone call. So we gave him a phone booth, basically, or maybe a medium-sized closet. And he said he'd take that so long as we put his real title on the nameplate. Bill Mumma, Generalissimo for life and Lion of the Jungle.
They needed a leader, someone to take them to the next level, the next step. What he helped build Becket into today is a powerhouse for religious freedom.
It's remarkable to be able to say that under Bill's tenure, during his leadership, the Becket Fund has had 13 victories without a loss before the United States Supreme Court, and 6 of those victories have been unanimous.
Its influence on the Supreme Court is like no other private institution that I know of. When Becket speaks, the court listens.
Becket today not only wins cases, but their thinking is relied upon throughout the country.
It's not just this or that decision. It's building a framework. It's building a structure. It's building up the very idea of religious liberty for all.
Bill and his team make it look easy, but indeed it's not. They're dotting their I's, they're crossing their T's. Genius is an infinite capacity for taking pains, and that's the way that Becket conducts their legal strategy, and that's from Bill's DNA. I do wish he had finished our lawsuit a little quicker. No, it was my first Holy Communion when we started, and look, I'm 50.
Bill Mumma is one whose heart is in religious liberty. He believes it will ultimately prevail. He believes it's God's work. His passion for religious liberty and for the work of the Becket Fund is contagious.
My first response when I heard that Bill Mumma was going to receive the prestigious Canterbury medal was, well, it sure beats the candidate they had last year, namely myself. Ever since the first Catholics arrived in Maryland at St. Clement's Island on March 25th, 1634, there's been a little tension. Can we be accepted here? Will they be suspicious of us? And in Bill Mumma, you would say, my Lord, this is not only a man of solid Catholic credentials, but this is a loyal patriot, and whose devotion to this country, it would just be beyond question. And that's another tremendous gift that Bill has given to the church.
And that's the great providence of God. He chooses people who love him to do great things for him.
He is going to be so embarrassed by all the praise he's getting tonight, and I just laugh and say, you deserve it, my friend, because you've earned it. And God bless you, and thank you for all you've done.